Hello everyone again. Sweden online. Hi Elsa. I'm never going to get used to this this moment now, so I'm blankly sharing at the screen. Don't want you to miss anything, so I'm going to hold all the good stuff back. Going to stop myself, and you'll be pleased to know I have a clock. Took me 2 sessions to realise that perhaps I need to see a clock. This is good. I'm seeing people are saying to me they've never moved so much since working. This is good. I think maybe a 30-second preparatory warning. Just get really excited. Oh, sorry for that. It's been a pretty adrenaline-filled day for me. I hope it has for you as well, as the excitement and the links between each of these sessions, but I'm sure you're running around living life. So I'm thrilled and so grateful that you're finding the time to check in with me, and that's the whole point. To check in with me at the moment. You've got a month of me. All kinds of things impact on our motivation and what really presses our buttons to do stuff. All I hope to achieve in this month is get movement back on your radar, or even further on your radar, maybe create some new routines and thoughts. So if me being here helps that, then that's great. I think we're going to make a start. Ready? Steady. Movement snack. Number 3. It's 4 o'clock. Could be a snack attack time, I don't know. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for coming back, or hello if it's your first session. My name is Bex Townley, and although I'm back to front, I'm from later life training. So this is our 3rd set today, our 3rd movement snack, which means by the end of today, you've accumulated 30 extra minutes of activity, of moving. And that's all we hope to achieve here. An extra 30 minutes every day, accumulatively, is absolutely huge. So thank you very much. In this movement snack, my aim is to, we're going to repeat some of the mobility movements from this morning. This is because today I want to focus on flexibility. So I'm adding in another element of our requirements to move more and to improve our ability to be more physically active. So pick your position. Remember, sitting or standing. We covered that through this morning. I'll do a review now. If you feel that some of the movements are good for you in standing, but some you prefer in seated, that's okay too. It's for you to decide. I can't see you, so I'm just trying to offer you some ideas and some thoughts around how we can support you and encourage you to move more. So I'll give you some prompts, some tips, and you decide whether you want to be up or whether you want to be down. Okay? So let's prepare to move together. Nothing we do today or ever really should be any more uncomfortable or any more painful than perhaps any pain you already have. So just work at your own pace. Remember, the right pace is your pace. I'll give you lots of time to move a rhythm and way that's good for you. And if something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay? Anyway, all of these movements are part of daily activities. So have a look, have a think, join in when you feel you can. Let's do a recap on our sit and stand position. Starting with the sit position. I don't know what kind of chair that you're in. Remember, the lower the chair, the harder it's going to be to rise. So I'm in a hard dining room chair here. So here's the preparatory positions to prepare for these mobility movements. So from your relaxed position in the chair, just take your time to sit a little bit taller, and then just shift your weight from one buttock to the other so that you feel you can sit really strong and stable with your feet on the floor, with your buttocks on the chair, holding this upright position. If at any time you need to pause or release, of course, just adopt your usual position. Not saying this is what it is. And then join back in. If you're happy to stand, if you're good to stand, we did this this afternoon, heels back and down, power up with some oomph. Pick up a stable surface if you want to. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. We're going to start with our circulation boosting march. So in standing, it's here. Hand on the table if you need, or two hands on the table if you need. You choose. Pick a pace that's comfortable for you. Stand as upright as you feel you can. Release and relax the arms. Just let them do their thing. And then we can start to bring in some swinging action for the march. Keep going with that if you're standing. If you haven't already in seated, your march is very similar. I want you to focus on the feet, so the ankles are moving here, steady pace. Look at your feet so you can see what's happening if you need to. Keep lifted. So we've just got this steady movement, walk, march, whatever you want to call it. And then when you feel you can, just bring in some arms, just to coordinate arms and legs moving together, because in life our arms and our legs move together. We've got a couple of options. If it feels more comfortable to offer support to one arm, if you need to, or if it helps with coordination. Keep going if that's your seated march. Keep going if this is your standing march. Take a breath, breathe. You can expect a little bit of an increase in your heart rate because the muscles are moving. So we're just boosting the circulation, and then we're going to take a pause. So pick up your position either in stand or either in sit. Just stand a little bit taller, a little bit more active. Remember, your feet are a little bit wider than close, so we feel balanced. And in seated, weight even across your buttocks, feet flat. Shoulder rolls, we did these this morning, so have a look. When you see it, just join in. I'm going to lift and roll back and down. I'm going to come closer so you can see. My head stays still. You choose 1, 3 or 5 of these. Pause after each one and feel that you're taking that those shoulders through a fullest comfortable range of movement for you as you can. Okay? And then take a pause. That's our shoulder rolls. Just relax and release the posture, have a little pit stop if you need to, and then prepare for the next mobility exercise. So we're just going to do repeat a few more of the trunk twists from this morning. So this one in seated, backside on the chair, feet flat. We just take a turn round to the side. Hands can come with me, pause in the middle, and then go back the other way. 1 time, 3 times, or 5 times. In standing, you can expect it to look something like this. Take the turn, come back to centre. I can just lightly release my arms if I want to, just turning around. If you feel you want some more support, fingertips come up on the chair here, turning and come back to the centre. So just move to the side and then come back to the centre. Keep this moving, okay? 1, 3 or 5 times. Take a pause, hold it here. Just have a little release and an extra, just a little squeaky chair jiggle. And let's go down to the ankle activator from this morning. In seated, again, upright position, heel on and toes. So this seated option gives us exactly the same movement as standing, and we're really trying to point heel and toe. Okay, once 3 or 5 or anything in between. Here's a recap on what that looks like in standing. Turn sideways so you can see. The foot stays slightly in front of the hip here. I don't want to overcomplicate. We're just trying to get more movement out of the ankle because we need these to walk. Can we try the other leg? Have a go at the other leg, either in seated or in stand. Heel toe. Glance down if you need to. Look ahead if you can. Can you feel the ankles moving a little bit more? So those are the repeats from this morning's mobility. Now I'm going to add into that some flexibility. And these stretches here are in June of the active calendar. Remember, this is a calendar, so the calendar works over 12 months. We're working over 1 month, so I've designed these to be appropriate for that time scale. So we're going to do some flexibility. This means this morning, and we've just done some mobility where we moved different positions. Now we're going to move position and just hold it. So we're trying to hold a position for between 8-12 seconds in general, but with just today, let's just feel what stretching feels like. And we're going to start with a chest stretch. Exactly the same whether in sit or stand. Let me show you in seated. Hands flat. I'm just going to take one hand to slide behind and then the other, and then lift. It's almost like open the chest proud, hold the head still, ease out of that slowly, ease out of that slowly. And let's go in again. So generally we're building up to hold these positions a little bit longer. Today let's just learn what they feel like. Let me show you what it might look like in standing. So if I'm confident, I can bring the hands here, I can leave one behind, and then I lift and open the chest. Maintain my normal breathing here, and then slowly ease out of that. So the hands in these positions just help guide us into that movement, but it's okay to just lift and open the chest and release. So move into these positions with control. This is just a great one, isn't it? Opens the chest, so it's going to help with breathing, it's going to help with posture, and it generally feels really good too. What's the next one? I've only been doing stretches for about 30 years. Hang on. Okay, back of arm stretch. Let's have a look at this one. Have a look with me. Give me your best right hand. And then just bring your fingertips to your shoulder, all thereabouts. With the other hand, we're just going to ease this up. Ease it to a position where you think, that's okay. And now I'm going to hold it here. And then I'm going to slowly release it in and out. And a little bit of a roll. In standing, looks exactly the same. I'll stay front on for this one. So just bend the arm to halfway, ease that up. If you don't need that, you can take it here, but whether you're sitting or standing, can you see that my head is absolutely still? When it comes down, you may want to give that a bit of support. Back of arm, that one, that's going to help lead into some shoulder mobility as well. The next stretch is a critical one because it helps with our walking and our stride length, our ability to take stairs, and also really helps with our posture and how we can hold our back and our spine. I'm turning sideways so you can see. We'll build on this over the days, but let's just do the first bit first. Pick a leg, any leg, and just with control place it out in an extended position. Okay? Once it's in that extended position, just check that your posture is lifted and then that you're not saggy in the middle. If you're saggy in the middle, try to lift up a little bit more. Now, just having that leg out there, you may feel a bit of stretch on the back of the leg. That's great, that's what we want. If you can't feel that stretch, both hands on the bent leg here. Lift out of that kind of double bent position. Unlock the knee a little bit and then just ease forward. And you can put the weight through the arms here, just a little ease forward. My back, my spine is still straight, breathing normally. And you may need to just play around with this, just feel where that tension comes in on the leg, okay? Slowly come out of that stretch, bring the leg in. There is a standing option for this, but I'm going to stick with a seated one for now, just so we can get the position of the back and the hips correct. Other leg, your best other leg. Extend it first. As much as you can, just release that foot, okay? Just release it. Unlock the knee a bit, and then sit taller. You may already have that stretch on. If you have, great, stay there. Just hold it, breathe. 8 seconds, 12 seconds. If it starts to feel uncomfortable, come out of the stretch slowly, have a release, and go in again. That's your back of thigh stretch. I'd love to ask you if you can feel it. Can you feel it? If you can't feel it, we need a little bit more angle from the spine, really. If this is new to you, don't worry if you haven't quite got it today. Just keep going with it. Slowly come out of this stretch and release. We've got one more calf stretch. I think I'm probably a bit over my 10-minute snack, possibly going into main course, but let me show you this calf stretch. I'll show you a seated calf stretch today, and we'll do standing calf stretch tomorrow. So the calf stretch is the bottom of the leg, under the knee, above the ankle. Another really important one for walking and stairs. And in a seated position, for this one, you need to be fairly back in the chair, and we're going to extend the leg to the front. Here's how long your legs are. And the focus on this one is your toe, okay? So if you have a look at your toe, have a glance down, and just squeeze that toe back. So as if you tied a bit of string around your big toe, and then ease that back, and the foot will flex. If your knee is a little too bent, you might want to readjust, come forward in the chair, and go again. Toe comes back. All the same points about being upright if you can, and you should feel some tension behind the lower leg. Release the foot, step in. Let's try the other side, okay? So extend the leg. You'll need to adjust depending how long your legs are in the chair. As far back still as you possibly can. Up tall, glance at the foot, and the toe comes back. You should feel some tension behind the knee and down the lower leg. The posture stays lifted for this one. Release the foot. If you feel that you're getting tired holding that position, that's okay. That's perfectly usual also. So just release the foot, have a step in, and then go in again. We're just learning these new movements. That is the end of movement snack number 3. That's 3 you've done today. So that could be 3 sets of 10 minutes, an extra 30 minutes. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for the morning mobility. As we progress, I'll get better at sticking for 10 minutes. And thank you for feedback from my colleagues to remind me of this. Watch it again as many times as you want. Thank you so much. You should feel I want to say that you've done something, so that's okay as well. If you've moved in ways that you haven't moved for a while before, that's perfectly usual. That's the response we have to new movements. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Remember what I'm going to say. Keep on moving, and every movement counts. Thank you very much. Good evening.